He ain't been home in months now, months now, months now. The engine humming down the gravel, down the gravel, down the gravel. Pickup truck been sitting empty in the drive. Mama keeps his dinner warm most every night. Been chasing something in the bigger towns, but these back roads keep calling him around. Back roads, always find their way back home. Back roads, never leave a man alone. Back roads, dirt and mud beneath his soul. Back roads, that's the only truth he knows. Daddy taught him how to work with his bare hands. Grandpa showed him every acre of this land. City folk don't understand the full inside, but these back roads, they remember where he hides. Back roads, always find their way back home. Back roads, never leave a man alone. Back roads, dirt and mud beneath his soul. Back roads, that's the only truth he knows. Been running from the place that made him whole. Been running, but you can't outrun your soul. These back roads, they're carved into his bones. Back roads, always bringing back home. Now he's packing up his things inside that apartment, realizing what he lost ain't worth the bargain. GPS can't show him where he needs to go, but these back roads, they're the only route he knows. Back roads, always find their way back home. Back roads, never leave a man alone. Back roads, dirt and mud beneath his soul. Back roads, that's the only truth he knows. Back roads, he's coming home tonight. Back roads, gonna make it right. Back roads. Old truck bounce, dust in the field, boots hit dirt, got nothing to shield. Blue jeans faded, life been rough, riding past memories, silent enough. Yeah. Back roads calling me, never get tired. Same hotel, just built with desire. Hands on the wheel, moving through town. Back roads calling me, running out of line. Cracked leather seat, lean back and cruise. Something lost, some you choose. Moon up above, a slow beat in my chest. Hometown pride, can't fake, can't rest. Back roads calling me, never get tired. Same hotel, just built with desire. Hands on the wheel, moving through time. Back roads calling got no diamond, just mud on my boots. Life got heavy, kept rolling through. If you don't know, you never will. Slow tempo ride that country feel. Barrels calling me, never get tired. Same old tale, just built with desire. Hands on the wheel, moving through time. Barrels calling me, running that line. Barrels calling me. Barrels set me free. Got my boots laced tight, dirt on my jeans. Sunday morning came too fast for all my schemes. Preacher man's words hit different when you're high on the freedom that you found beneath the sky. Been running these back roads since I was 16, chasing something that I never could define. Now I'm 25 with calloused hands and pride, writing down the truth that I can't seem to hide. I'm spitting rounds over steel strings and kick drums, where the gravel meets the beat and the bass comes from a place I'll never know, never understand. Got that country in my flow and dirt beneath my hands. Back roads and bass lines, that's where I belong. Writing my confession in a slow tempo song. Mama always said I marched to my own sound, but she never knew the rhythm that I found in the space between tradition and what's new, where the old school meets the beat that's running through my veins like a whiskey on a Friday night. When the work week's done and everything's alright, I take my guitar and my notebook to the creek, let the water and the words be all I need. I'm spitting rhymes over steel strings and kick drums, where the gravel meets the beat and the bass comes from a place I'll never know, never understand. Got that country in my flow and dirt beneath my hands. Back roads and bass lines, that's where I belong. Writing my confession in this slow tempo song. They say you can't mix soil and water, can't blend the old ways with the new, but I pretend that rules don't apply when your heart's on fire and your soul's got something it needs to require from this world that tries to put you in a box. I break free with every word, every thought I try. So here I sit with my pen and my pain, watching storm clouds gather, promising rain on these fields that raised me, shaped who I am. A country boy with hip-hop in his hands. The contradiction don't bother me no more. I found my voice between the beat and the core of everything that made me who I am today. A backwoods poor with something real say. I'm spitting rhymes over steel strings and kick drums, where the gravel meets the beat and the bass comes from a place I'll never know, never understand. Got that country in my flow and dirt beneath my hands. Back roads and bass lines, that's where I belong. Writing my confession in a slow tempo song. Back roads and bass lines, that's where I belong. Writing my confession in a slow tempo song. Out here where the pines grow thick, mind running wild, thoughts come quick. Gravel roll beneath my feet, stones are crunching shift. Memories drift like morning mist, past and present live. Mama's voice still echoes here, warnings that she gave. Boy, you better watch yourself, mind the path you pave. Got these feelings I can't shake. Every step's a choice to make. In these backwoods where I'm from, lessons learned before they're done. Pain and pride, they mix like rain. Muddy water, blood and shame. Can't escape what made me whole. Dirt bulbs carved into my soul. Cousins left for bigger things, chasing dollar bills. Something about this holler keeps me tied to these hills. Sunday morning church bells ring, guilt and grace collide. Preacher talks of righteous living while my sins I hide. Bottle pass from hand to hand, stories getting told about the ones who came before us, hearts both young and old. Granddaddy's truck still sits there, rust and faded chrome, but his voice inside my head still guides me when I roam. These traditions, they run deep, promises I gotta keep. In these backwoods where I'm from, lessons learned before they're done. Pain and pride, they mix like rain. Muddy waters, blood and shame. Can't escape what made me whole. Dirt roads carved into my soul. Sometimes wonder what I'd be if I'd left this place behind. But the roots grow thick beneath every corner of my mind. Creek still runs the way it did when I was just a child. Now I'm older, world's changed, but my heart's still running wild. In these backwoods where I'm from, lessons learned before they're done. Pain and pride, they mix like rain. Muddy waters, blood and shame. Can't escape what made me whole. Dirt roads carved into my soul. Out here the night goes fake. Out here where the pines grow thick. My still running thoughts still quick. You left me standing by that old fence post. You said you right, but I ain't heard the most. You said you called, silence fills my phone. You said you'd stay, but now I'm here alone. You took my heart when you walked away. You took my hope for a better day. You took my trust, threw it in the dirt. You took everything, left me here to hurt. Down these red dirt roads I'm walking. Down these red dirt roads I'm searching. Down these red dirt roads I'm calling. Down these red dirt roads, but you ain't there. You promised me we'd build something real. Promised me this love was what we'd feel. You promised me forever in your eyes. You promised me they were all just lies. You broke the chain that held us both together. You broke the vow of always and forever. You broke my faith in what we used to be. You broke my world when you walked away from me. Down these red dirt roads I'm walking. Down these red dirt roads I'm searching. Down these red dirt roads I'm calling. Down these red dirt roads, but you ain't there. I drive these backwoods streets at night. I drive these backwoods streets alone. I drive these backwoods streets, but nothing feels right. I drive these backwoods streets, but they don't lead me home. Down these red dirt roads I'm walking. Down these red dirt roads I'm searching. Down these red dirt roads I'm calling. Down these red dirt roads, but you ain't there. You ain't there. Down these red dirt roads, you ain't there. You think you know me, but you don't know shit. You think I'm soft cause I talk different. You think I'm weak cause I grew up here. You think I'm broke cause I drink beer. You think you're better with your city ways. You think you're smarter with your fancy days. You think you got it all figured out. You think you know I'm about, but these dirt roads made me who I am. These dirt roads you'll never understand. These dirt roads run deeper than your plans. These dirt roads made me who I am. You judge my accent, call it backwoods talk. You judge my boots when you see me walk. You judge my truck cause it ain't brand new. You judge my life cause it ain't like you. You roll your eyes when I tell my truth. You shake your head at my living proof. You turn away when I stand my ground. You can't believe what I found, but these dirt roads made me who I am. These dirt roads you'll never understand. These dirt roads run deeper than your plans. These dirt roads made me who I am. I don't need your validation. I don't need your damn approval. I don't need your education. I don't need your smooth removal. I got something you ain't got. I got something you forgot. I got roots that won't be moved. These dirt roads made me who I am. These dirt roads you'll never understand. These dirt roads run deeper than your plans. These dirt roads made me who I fucking am. You can keep your city lights, I'll keep my dirt road nights. You can keep your concrete dreams, I'll keep my country means. Sun's lying low on the back porch, boots caked up in dirt, scraped up knuckles when fixing the fence. You never asked if it hurt. That old screen door clicks every night you let it lean. Didn't say much then, just slip past quiet clean. You know the leaves never cared whose turn it was to rake. Cold wind cuts through, goes right where things break. Later on your laugh rings out, stitched from midnight and pine. You had honey in your throat for everybody but mine. Split seconds, slow like syrup, every line you wouldn't cross. Bottle cap spinning, stuck, wondering about loss. I noticed creaks in the hallway, a jacket you left behind. Lately, missing the ways you never even tried. Just dust in these headlights, chasing lanes meant to bend. Quiet in the empty cab, songs unfinished. In the end, you ain't coming down that gravel. Headlights cut and gone, tires roll out, old patterns. I'm still hearing your song. Waited out a long season for tracks that never show. Find my name on your tongue and just let the dust settle slow. Let the dust settle slow. Let the dust settle slow. My force fights the timber, stumbles over soft ground. Every yes a little thinner, every no a little sound. White ain't never empty, it's heavy and it's full. Traded fire for the embers, traded hope for the door. Now and then, porch light flickers, calls up things I can't say. Hoping for something breaking, but just fading away. It's not about leaving, not where the roads go. Sometimes it's just waiting, letting dust settle slow. You ain't coming down that gravel, headlights cut and gone. Tires roll out, old patterns, I'm still hearing your song. Waited out a long season, the tracks that never show. Find my name on your tongue and just let the dust settle slow. Let the dust settle slow. Let the dust settle slow. Let the dust settle slow, yeah. Let the dust settle slow. Been driving down the same old road again, but Daddy warned me about the path I'm on. But here I am just like I always been, chasing something that's already gone. Same mistakes, same mistakes. Every time I think I learn, same mistakes, same mistakes. Got my bridges getting burned. Mama said I got my granddad's ways, stubborn heart that won't back down. Keep on making the same mistakes in this one-horse dead end town. Friends all tell me that I gotta change, but I keep walking down this beaten trail. Same mistakes, same mistakes. Every time I think I learn, same mistakes, same mistakes. Got my bridges getting burned. Maybe someday I'll figure it out. Maybe someday I'll turn around. But today ain't that day, I doubt. I'm still lost, ain't been found. Same mistakes, same mistakes. Same mistakes, same mistakes. Same mistakes, same mistakes. Every time I think I learn. Same mistakes, same mistakes. Got my bridges getting burned. Whiskey bottle on the kitchen table reminds me of my old man's pain. Swore I'd never be that kind of crazy, but here I go and do it all again. Can't seem to break these family chains. Keep on hurting all the ones I love. Same mistakes, same mistakes. Every time I think I learn. Same mistakes, same mistakes. Got my bridges getting burned. Same mistakes, same mistakes. Same mistakes, same mistakes. Same mistakes. Gravel in the headlights, barely see the way. Out by the fence line, grass bending clay. She laughs through an open window, hair stuck in the wind. Bare mention of leaving, won't say where she's been. Got a half-burnt map in the glove box, old cooler by her boot. Room in the front seat, but something feels off. She's driving, I'm just passing through. Red tail lights slip past the driveway. Motor humming low, something breaking tonight. Still hear her humming that half-familiar tune, rolling out slow, watching her fade out of sight. Cigarette ash, drawn lines on the dash, picking words she won't say, they don't ever last. Brown bag and jacket, county road dust, she'll vanish while everyone else waits before the bus. Got a name on a letter in the tree line, smudge of a lipstick kiss, room in my memory, but fading with time. She stayed just long enough to miss. Red tail lights slip past the driveway. Motor humming low, something breaking tonight. Still hear her humming that half-familiar tune, rolling out slow, watching her fade out of sight. Don't chase those taillights, that's what Grandpa said. Let her go driving, let her go ahead. Wind on the window, boot heel on the floor. If you look out your rear view, she ain't there anymore. Red tail lights slip past the driveway. Motor humming low, something breaking tonight. Still hear her humming that half-familiar tune, rolling out slow, watching her fade out of sight. Rolling out slow, she's a shadow and a light. I watch her go, till she disappears in the night. Back roads, baggy jeans, busted boots, scuffing up the scene. Skipping stones, sipping cheap, mama hollering from the porch swing. Life lessons laid plain, pain played like a 10-cent tune. But never owned a silver spoon, just a stubborn sense of soon. Mud on my mind and scars on my knuckles, old scars, new struggles deep in my duffel. I could write a letter down to my dust-covered shoes. I tell them grit grows where the ground stays true. Ain't no shortcut carved in these callous palms, just a handful of dawns and a laugh with my old dogs. Y'all, I tell you, keep your chin up, chin down on hard days. Nothing learned ever came easy in this wild lace haze. School of hard knocks taught me never quit, just spit. When the world throws stones, let them skip. Tough times taught tricks with tongue and temper. Potholes and pit stops I still remember. If I could write a letter down to my dust-covered shoes, I tell them grit grows where the ground stays true. Ain't no shortcut carved in his callous palms, just a handful of dawns and a laugh with my old dogs. Hard-headed and hungry, running on dirt and dreams. Lessons slipped in between the seams. I say don't rush the ride, don't duck the damn fight. Don't trade cheap thrills for a shot at real life. If I could write a letter down to my dust-covered shoes, I tell them grit grows where the ground stays true. Ain't no shortcut carved in these callous palms, just a handful of dawns and a laugh with my old dogs. So here's to every step on the stony clay. Bet on yourself, never walk away. Been walking these muddy roads, brother, since I was knee-high to nothing. Boots caked with red clay and regret. Tell me why you ain't coming home yet. Mama's porch light still burning bright. Every single God-forsaken night. She sets your plate, waits by the door, like you ain't been gone 3 years or more. I seen your letters torn and stained, read every word through all this pain. You said the city would set you free, but what about the rest of us? Can't you see these muddy roads still lead to you? Yeah, they do. No matter how far you run, it's true, so true. I'm praying on these muddy roads, praying you'll come home, praying you'll come home. Used to race through cotton fields, now I'm talking to your empty chair. Sunday service bells are ringing, mama's still singing hymns for you. Can't shake this ache inside my chest, every breath feels like a test. Oh, But these roots run deeper, fighter than any fortune or fame. These muddy roads still lead to you. They always do, no matter how far you run. It's true, God, it's true. I'm praying on these muddy roads, praying you'll come home, praying you'll come home. Fireflies in mason jars. Remember Mama's voice echoing across the yard. Remember how we carved our names in that old oak tree. Still waiting. Now you're chasing distant stars, but your heart's still here with me. These muddy roads still lead to you. I know they do, I know. No matter how far you run, it's true, so damn true. I'm praying on these muddy roads, muddy, you'll come home. Every single day, pray you'll come home. Please come home, just come home. Been walking these muddy roads, still walking these muddy roads for you.
Sunset burning out, yeah. Boot scuffs in the dirt.
Every step's another line I told. Fencing off the herd I never show. Barbed wire thoughts slow rolling my chest out here. Quiet grit puts pride to the test. Creosote on my hands, wind choose to my plans. Rain ticks on old tin, it ain't ever been grand. Cracked roadside sign, I'm hemmed by the land. Dust tells more truth than a promise ever can. Dad used to spit, said let trouble mend itself. These hills here, more from me than anybody else. Morning finds me where the wild tracks melt. If you knuckle down long, the calluses help. Slow pick on the strings, another bottle done. Words stick to my tongue, I'm trying not to run. I'm summoned to my kids, another bottle done. Words stick to my tongue, I'm trying not to run. Out here, quiet grit puts pride to the test. Old dog barks at nothing, or maybe he knows how silent thunder shakes when nobody shows. Listen, heart's got its own ways to close. I measure each mile by how heavy it goes. Used up boots stitched by last year's tears, telling more about me than I care to hear. Still a plant fence post, keep the edge clear. If I ever quit walking, I disappear. Some men ride clean, some drag along, but ain't one of us built from just granite and bloodchuck old regrets over rails with a thud. The stars stay hid, maybe that's enough. Every step's another line I told. Fencing off the herd I never showed. Barbed wire thoughts slow roll in my chest. Out of quiet grit puts pride to the test. Sunsets fade, grit sags in the low. My boots keep walking down that battered road. Sure you've seen him, but it gets realer.
Got this pen in my hand, time to understand.
Dear me, years ahead, when this pain is dead, tell me what you learned from the bridges burned. Was it worth the fight? All those sleepless nights? Did you find your way through the mess we made? Choices that we chose, only heaven knows if we made it right. Past this endless night, road was never straight. Heavy was the weight, but I had to try, even when I'd cry. Hope you're listening close. Hope you're listening close. No, I'm full of doubt, can't figure it out. Heart is torn apart, don't know where to start. Friends keep walking away, nothing left to say. Trust is hard to find, peace of heart and mind. Mama raised me strong, but this pain's too long. Daddy's words ring true, son, you'll make it through. Stars above my head guide me from this bed. Morning's coming soon underneath this moon. Hope you're listening close. Hope you're listening close. Maybe 10 years on, all this hurt is gone. Maybe you'll look back, know I stayed on track. Did we save enough when the times got tough? Are the scars still there from the cross we bear? Tell me you're at peace, all the worry ceased. Tell me it was real, everything we feel. Write me if you can, help me understand. If this letter finds your much clearer mind. Hope you're listening close. Hope you're listening close. Got this pen in my hand, hope you understand. Got this pen in my hand, hope you understand. Yeah. Been stomping on this dirt road, boots caked up, mud on my jeans. Feeling mean, bones rattling, breath tastes like gasoline. They said it was boiling, just spit in the red dust, keep quiet. Shoulders tight as barbed wire, don't even try me, I might write. Smoke rolling in, heavy like the words I don't say. I ain't alright, but I sure as hell won't break today. You get on my nerves, keep poking my side. I grit my teeth, count to 10, swallow that pride. Wrist thick with callus, stomach twisted, knuckles white. Dog barking at the fence, some shit just ain't right. You keep talking that trash, acting tough, running your mouth. Keep pushing my buttons and I burn this whole thing down. Smoke rolling in, heavy like the words I don't say. I ain't alright, but I sure as hell won't break today. You get on my nerves, keep poking my side. I grit my teeth, count to 10, swallow that pride. Fuck! gave me shit, I had to grab it, had to fight. If you need a war, well I got matches, I got spite. So I stay calm, but the world gon' test me anyway. Maybe you should pray. Smoke rolling in, heavy like the words I don't say. I ain't alright, but I sure as hell won't break today. You get on my nerves, keep poking my side. I grit my teeth, count to 10, swallow that pride. Goddamn, yeah. I grit my teeth, smoke rising in the slow decay. Swear to Christ, if you push, better get the hell out my way.
Been driving these back roads thinking about you. Windows down, dust kicking up behind me. Radio playing that same old tune. Makes me wonder what you see in him. All your friends keep asking me what went wrong between you and me, but I ain't got no answer, girl. Oh, why'd you stay when he treats you wrong? Why'd you stay when love's been gone? I see the hurt behind your eyes when you tell me that you're fine. Why'd you stay? Why'd you stay? Why'd you stay when you know you deserve better? Why'd you stay? Girl, you're stronger than you know. Saw you at the grocery store last week. Bruise upon your arm, you tried to hide. Said you fell down walking in the creek. Your mama calls me worried and sick at night. Says she don't know how to make this right. All your friends keep asking me what went wrong between you and me, but I ain't got no answer, girl. Girl, why'd you stay when he treats you wrong? Why'd you stay when love's been gone? I see the hurt behind your eyes when you tell me that you're fine. Why'd you stay? Why'd you stay? Why'd you stay when you know you deserve better? Why'd you stay? Girl, you're stronger than you know. Pack your bags now, come stay with me a while, till you find your way back to that smile that I remember from before, when you walked through my front door. Why'd you stay when he treats you wrong? Why'd you stay when love's been gone? I see the hurt behind your eyes when you tell me that you're fine. Why'd you stay? Why'd you stay? Why'd you stay when you know you deserve better? Why'd you stay? Girl, you're stronger than you know. Why'd you stay? You don't have to face this alone. Faded boots, red clay on her fingernails. Yeah, dust rising hard, heavy, can't shake it off. Guitar humming low, old truck singing too.
Smoke curling out the window, long night stretching out. Stuck in drive, mind racing, they say what's eating me. Another mile, same old choir, gravel sign in my name, wrist hanging loose, just letting the day slip. Back road sticker,
memories sticking. Can't outrun who I was, who I am. Pride in my words, shame in my laugh. One line home, back roads, thicker road. Every turn's a truth I ain't ready for. Broken bottle, riding shotgun, spit on the truth. Left you waiting, but ghosting was easier. Tire tracks fade, ain't leaving lessons behind. Bridges burn, fences climb, got that grit baked in. Too many faces, not enough grace. I've been running rough. Grew up wild, couldn't hold me, still can't. The crack of dawn, regrets ride with me. Back roads thicker, echoes lingering. Can't outrun who I was, who I am. Edging my laugh, weight in my lungs. Same one line, and back roads thicker. If it turns to truth, I still have them. Loose change and no one's in my pocket. Halfway home, can't tell which hurts more. Slow tempo, keeping me honest. Back roads thick, ain't no skipping. Can't outrun who I was, who I am. Ragged voice, rough hands, silent wishes. One line changing. Back roads thicker. Smell of pine dust on my tongue. Still chasing slow, still stuck on those back roads.